At my daughter's wedding, she kicked me out for refusing to give her my beach house. The moment the wedding planner handed me the seating chart and whispered, "Your daughter wants to speak with you privately now," I knew something was wrong, but I never imagined she would destroy her own wedding day just to punish me. I should have walked away the moment she demanded the beach house. Instead, I stayed, hoping the daughter I raised was still somewhere behind that icy stare. I was wrong. The beginning of the end. To understand how everything spun out of control, you need to know something. The beach house wasn't just a house. It was where my late husband, Mark, and I spent every summer before he passed, where our daughter Lily learned to swim, where we built sandcastles until sunset, where we healed and fought and dreamed and lived. It was the last piece of home I had left. That morning, I walked into the bridal suite expecting to see Lily glowing with joy. Instead, she stood in the middle of the room, perfectly made up, veil draped over her shoulders like a queen's mantle, staring at me as if I were a wedding crasher. "Mom," she said sharply, "close the door." My stomach tightened. I obeyed. "We need to settle something before the ceremony." Her maid of honor glanced between us nervously, then slipped out, leaving me alone with my daughter, the bride I barely recognized. "What's going on?" I asked. She took a slow breath, as if steadying herself before delivering a business pitch. "The beach house, I want it, just sign it over today as my wedding gift." My heart dropped. "Lily, we already talked about this." "No," she countered, "you talked about it. You talked about how it meant too much to you, how Dad loved it, how you still go there on holidays. But this is my wedding, Mom. You're supposed to give me something meaningful, something big." "That house is my life savings," I whispered. "It's the only property I own outright. It's my retirement." Her lips pursed into a thin, impatient line. "You'll be fine. You can move in with me and Noah." I nearly choked. "Move in with you? I am 58, not 88. She waved her hand dismissively. "It's not about age, it's about family. You should want to help us start ours." I stared at her, the woman I raised, the girl I sewed Halloween costumes for, the child who used to climb into my bed after nightmares. How did we end up here? "Sweetheart," I said softly, "I'm not giving away the beach house." Everything about her froze, her posture, her expression, even the warmth in her eyes. "Then leave," she said. "If you can't support my marriage, I don't want you here." Storm before the ceremony. I thought she was bluffing, a pre-wedding meltdown, stress, cold feet, brides get overwhelmed. But then her fiancé, Noah, sweet, soft-spoken Noah, walked in and saw her crying. "What happened?" he asked. She pointed at me. "She doesn't want us to have a future." "That's not what I said," I whispered. "She's being dramatic," Lily snapped. "And selfish. She'd rather cling to some dusty old house than help us buy our dream home." Noah looked torn. "Mrs. Carter, it would make a huge difference for us." I felt the sting of betrayal. "You too?" I asked. He lifted his hands defensively. "I'm not taking sides." "Yes, you are," Lily said. "My side. My mother should give us the wedding gift we deserve." Deserve. The word echoed in my skull like a slap. Before I could respond, the wedding planner burst in, frantic, saying the ceremony was starting in 20 minutes. Lily wiped her tears dramatically and said, "Tell security to escort her out." Security. At her own wedding. For a second, my vision went blurry. "Lily, you don't mean that." "I do. You either sign the papers or you leave." The ultimate choice. What do you do when the child you love threatens to erase you from her biggest life event? I wanted to scream, to beg, to shake sense into her, but I knew none of it would work. The entitlement in her eyes wasn't new, it had been growing for years. After Mark died, I spoiled her, desperate to keep her from breaking under grief. I paid for college, covered her rent, bought her first car, bailoed her out of credit card debt. I said yes to everything. And she learned that yes was the only answer she deserved. "Okay," I whispered, voice trembling. "If those are my choices, I'll leave." Her expression didn't change. She simply turned away, adjusting her veil in the mirror as I walked out of the room. I thought I would collapse in the hallway, but my legs carried me out of the building, past the flower arches, past the guests who eyed me curiously, past everything I thought this day would be. Outside the venue. I reached my car and sat inside, gripping the steering wheel, shaking. I had lost my daughter. Not because of a beach house, but because she had chosen greed over love, entitlement over gratitude, manipulation over family. The venue door opened, and I saw someone hurrying toward me. It was Noah's mother. Her heels clicked on the pavement as she rushed up to my window, breathless. "Is it true?" she asked. "Did Lily really ask you for your beach house?" I nodded weakly. She closed her eyes, pained. "I told Noah this was coming. She's been trying to pressure him into asking his father for money too." "What?" I gasped. She leaned against my car. She said they deserved a financial head start, but my husband and I already support Noah's sister. We couldn't just hand over hundreds of thousands of dollars. I let out a shaky laugh. Seems we're both disappointments. "No," she said firmly, "we are parents who said no, and she doesn't know how to handle that." Before I could respond, shouting erupted from the venue entrance. We turned. Lily stormed outside, veil bouncing, bouquet in hand, screaming at Noah. "Go get her," she shrieked. "She's ruining everything." Noah looked horrified. Guests watched in stunned silence. "Lily," he said, "you just kicked your own mother out." "And she deserved it," Lily screeched. "She's sabotaging our future." His mother muttered under her breath, "Here we go." The collapse. Noah approached me cautiously. "Mrs. Carter, please just do this for her. She's upset. It's her wedding day." I interrupted him. "And what about the rest of my life? What about my stability, my memories, my home?" He swallowed hard. "You can visit anytime. We'd take care of it. We'd make sure it stays in the family." I stared at him, seeing clearly for the first time he wasn't a bad person, just a young man trying to placate a woman he didn't know how to say no to. I recognized that desperation. I used to be the same. "No," I said quietly, "I'm not signing anything." Lily let out an animalistic scream, stomped across the parking lot, and threw her bouquet on the ground. Guests gasped. The wedding planner nearly fainted. Then Lily pointed at me and shouted the words that would end her marriage before it began. "If you leave, I will never speak to you again." Noah grabbed her arm. "Lily, stop it. You're embarrassing yourself." "Emmy," she howled, "she ruined my wedding." He exhaled shakily. "You ruined your own wedding." The silence that followed was ice cold. Her face twisted. "You should be on my side." "I'm on the side of reason," he said. "Your mother isn't an ATM." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Lily was shaking with fury. Fine, if you're both against me then I don't need either of you. This wedding is off." The planner dropped her clipboard. Noah backed away slowly. "Lily, you can't be serious." "I am," she hissed. "We're done." And just like that, she stormed back inside, slamming the doors behind her. The wedding was over. After the disaster, 2 hours later, I was at the beach house, my sanctuary, sitting on the porch watching the tide roll in. My phone buzzed nonstop. Messages, missed calls from aunts, cousins, friends, even Lily's ex-bridesmaids. Some blamed me. Most blamed Lily. Only one message mattered. It was from Noah. "Mrs. Carter, I'm so sorry for everything. I love your daughter, but what happened today, it wasn't normal. I'm staying with my parents tonight. I hope someday she realizes how unfair she was. For what it's worth, I don't blame you. I think you saved me from years of chaos." I sighed and put the phone down. Hours later, just as the sun began to set, I heard a car pulling up. "Lily." She got out, mascara streaked, hair disheveled, dress dirtied from stomping across the parking lot. She marched up to the porch steps, fists clenched. "Are you happy now?" she spat. "You ruined my life." I took a deep breath. "No, sweetheart, you ruined your own wedding by demanding something that wasn't yours." She glared at me, tears spilling. "You're supposed to love me." "I do, but loving you doesn't mean letting you treat me like property." She flinched. For the first time in years, she had no comeback. Just a wounded, lost look. Can I come inside?" she whispered. I hesitated but then nodded. Because even after everything, she was still my daughter. New beginnings. The road to healing wasn't fast. It wasn't clean. There were tears, therapy, apologies, hard conversations, and boundaries Lily fought but eventually learned to respect. She never married Noah, but she thanked me months later for saving her from turning into someone she didn't want to be. As for the beach house, it's still mine. And someday, when she's older, kinder, and ready to appreciate it, I'll share it with her. But not a moment before.